If you are watching this video, that is probably because you saw something strange on the thumbnail. Something that doesn't match with an old bike like the Honda CB100. If you thought this, you are right. Today, you will see a truly out-of-the-box project. And I think I can say with some certainty, it is the first of its kind. No, this is not a prototype developed by Honda. But it could, and should be. Because this bike has the kind of character that is lacking on the new motorcycles segment. Welcome to Racertv. This is what I call a very nice looking commuting motorcycle, fully loaded with style and presence. It doesn't bother me at all that it is far from the cafe racer style. On this particular case, the most important thing to consider is that it is a custom-made project. It is very difficult to find good quality projects based on low displacement motorcycles. But this one is not exactly a good quality project, because it is way above that. If someone told me that this machine was a prototype developed by Honda, I would believe it without hesitation. And this is an achievement that says everything. But here comes the most interesting part. This is not exactly the work of a professional builder. It was built in Indonesia, and it belongs to Raymond Nainggolan, who customized it on his workshop, with the full collaboration of his friends. The concept's main directive was taking a 1973 Honda CB100 and transform it into a slick and modern urban runabout. And so the Ego project began. And why did I include a Honda CG125 on this video's title? Because the CB100 is the basis of several other Honda models, including the very popular CG125. The first time I saw this project, my instant reaction was to say, I have to make a video about it. Because this is actually a very attractive commuting motorcycle that Honda should be producing. As you may also have noticed, most designs on new motorcycles are becoming a bit boring. Too much plastics, dull and dark wheels with matte colors, and too sharp corners. Personally, I see them as commercial products, trying to look bigger than they really are. And I believe that unconsciously, most people see this, even without realizing it. But on this one, I see character, personality, interesting design features, and two beautiful chrome and wide-spoked wheels to remember its heritage. This is what I call authenticity. It is not trying to be anything else. What you see is what you get. A simple and small motorcycle, but still very attractive. The big question is, how Raymond and his friends managed to add muscles to this skinny little bike. As you can see, there isn't much left of the original factory version. Not even the engine, which is from a Honda GL200. Interestingly, the frame structure accepted this bigger engine, requiring only some minor changes. The reason behind this is the new location of the foot pegs, which prevent the usage of a kickstarter. And this explains the need of having an engine with electric starter. But this is not what makes this Honda more muscular. These wide tires and suspensions are definitely a great injection of steroids on the project. But these elements wouldn't work as good if it wasn't for the extended swing arm, which came from the Kawasaki W175. Notice how it turns the original version much more proportional and stronger. And now comes a very innovative and clever solution, which I don't remember seeing anywhere else before. The original CB100 fuel tank is still untouched. But to make it visually more appealing, and to make a good connection with the low-profile seat, the Ego Projects team created this fiberglass cover. This is by far the best solution I have ever seen to increase the length of a fuel tank. It may seem too simple, but if done properly, it will work wonderfully. So let's now talk about what is probably the most impressive feature of the project. The seat, the rear light, and this lower curved cover look very impressive. Just like something that could only come out from a futuristic prototype. And the level of quality finishes is absolutely immaculate. It looks so well built and so professional that it's hard to believe that we are looking at something homemade. The secret behind these elements is a 3D printing machine. The seat space structure had to be printed in 3 sections. Impressively, there are no traces of the unions between them. The seat's foam is also very intriguing. I really don't know how these edges were cut with such precision. And even more strange, I didn't find any bends or stretches in the seat's covering. A very impressive work for sure. This curved cover was also 3D printed. It was inspired on the Husqvarna Vitpilen's rear section. Personally, I think the entire rear section has more influence from this BMW that I presented several years ago, although this one has a more modern and industrial design vibe, which fits perfectly with the seat lines. Interestingly, all these items were added, with just some minor changes on the standard frame structure. As you probably already saw, the rear light was also entirely custom made. Just as all the turn signals, and even the Honda badges. Another lovely detail is this side cover, which was elegantly cut around this air filter tube. I must say, this is one of the most astonishing custom projects I've ever encountered with a small displacement motorcycle. I sincerely hope that Honda's designers and the Hertz community can take some inspirational ideas from this brilliant build. It is undoubtedly a very cool and fresh approach. Raymond and his friends made a really amazing job on this Ego project. And something tells me that Raymond is taking a lot of the joy from it, because he can proudly say, "I ride the world's most modern Honda CB100 in existence." Thank you for watching Racertv. And as always, I hope to see you on the next video.